Yo guys, Coach Theo here on Common Sense. Today I'm here to tell you that you can do it. Do what exactly, you might ask? Well, whatever thing that just seems impossible for you to do. Impossible, either because this thing just seems so difficult, it's just so far away from what I'm doing right now, it's so hard, so much work, and I'd have to keep doing this for so long. I just don't think it's possible for me to do this. Or it's something that you'd really love to do. You'd really love to do it, or you just know that you really should. You need to do this thing, but it's just so scary. You're just so afraid that if you do this thing, this will happen, and this, like, yeah, I'd love to do this so much. I'd need to do this so much, but I can't get past my fear. Those things you're thinking about right now, I know 100% that you can do it. 100%. And how can I be so sure of this? Well, because I did it. I had a bunch of things like that. I did it all. I did it all. In the thumbnail of this video, most likely I'll use a body transformation, but of course, the body transformation is just secondary. It's just an expression of how I change as a person. The Theo in the first pic there, he could never have imagined what being uncommon sense Theo of today would be like, because that guy had so many problems and so many fears, and he felt like everything he wanted in life, he's just blocked from. Everything he knows, I should do this, I really want to do this, this is what I need to do. He just could not see himself ever doing or getting those things. And today, all of it and much more I have. So, let me tell you about it. Well, there are so many things. Of course, I used to be that skinny fat loser, hipster, hedonist, nihilist kind of guy, you know, partying, drinking, smoking weed, hooking up with girls, playing video games, porn, just fucking bullshit activities like that. That Theo, he could not see himself being without those things ever. And a main fear, because there are many things, but I can't make an hour-long video. A main fear that Theo had, that really was tough for him, was that he knew that he was supposed to be doing something like this, you know. But he just had this intense stage fright that, well, in the moment for those kinds of situations that I had in my life, you know, different presentations, even singing, because that's something, well, I do. But those things made me acutely just panic, extremely anxious and nervous to the degree that I could not do it in the way I wanted to at all. But also, it kept me from doing a thing like this that I knew I should and wanted to do. It's my calling. I have stuff to tell people that will be useful for them, but in a less acute way. You see, fears we have, they don't always just come out as this, like, I'm terrified right now. No, they dominate you through your entire life. So I was just so afraid that if I put myself out there as I am, people will reject me or ridicule me or be mad at me or whatever, you know. And that was what I figured out. A huge fear of being seen. Being seen when I'm that nervous, if I'm on a stage, or just being seen here, expressing myself and being rejected and abandoned from it. But I was blessed when those panic attacks started. I didn't feel like that at the time, but the panic attacks made any situation feel like that sort of a stage fright performance situation. So I had always been running from it, you know, because on some level I knew that if I want to overcome this fear I have, I need to expose myself to it, because I know logically it's not dangerous. Even if I'm super nervous, it's not really dangerous, but I ran from it. But now, this was so intense, this was something different. I'm gonna make a video about what being suicidal, what that actually is, because many people think they've been. You have not, because that's when you wake the fuck up, because it's like there's an enemy within. It's not you're thinking about this, there's actually someone in this, like, I'm gonna fucking kill you. And then you realize that you don't, but so, you don't want to die. So, well, long story short, I had to confront these panic attacks over and over. It felt impossible. Many times I couldn't. You know, I was supposed to go to work, 50% still, that I kept, because I knew I'd just be a shut-in if I don't. I couldn't bring myself to do it many times, but so many times I just had, do it. No matter what happens, if I'm like this, make a fucking fool out of myself, in front of people because, of course, when didn't have panic attacks, even if I was a less secure individual back then, I was relaxed. I was funny, you know. That's how I wanted to be seen. I don't want to be seen as this fucking freak, you know. I just know that all I have to do is it. And long story short, after exposing myself to these situations, failing many times, but keeping at it, pushing the limit, eventually, no more panic attacks, you know. And I start this with a fitness and that, and I get a good response from it, so I know this is the way to go. But then I just noticed so many fucking fears and insecurities and worries I had, I don't have anymore. Like when we take all the drinking and the vices like that, yeah, it doesn't automatically just 100% go away because it's also just leftovers from addictions you've had. But suddenly, whatever thing that made me need those things to feel okay was gone. So automatically, I'm just like, you know what, because I don't like being hungover and stuff, I don't want to drink as much. I just don't want to. Something I could never have imagined. And I noticed that whenever I was now, well, I started doing the YouTube videos, first of all. I just did it, you know. Even if I'm still a little like, oh, I wonder what people will think about this, you know. It went fucking great. And I noticed that whenever I was in some sort of, you know, stage performance-like situation, yeah, I can get a little butterflies, but now I got a normal amount because I've had to expose myself. I had to show myself to people that know me in my most pathetic state. And they didn't leave me then. They didn't abandon me then. So, of course, this is fine. And, you know, I could, even when I started training, I don't like this. I got very bright. Can I change that mid-video? Real, I look pretty. No, but even starting that, I knew, like, I wanted to keep at it, but it felt so difficult. And I had so many times I'm thinking at myself when I have to push myself to do this work I really don't feel like doing, or I really want to eat this nice, sweet treat. But I can't. And so many times I'm like, is it really gonna be like this forever? Am I gonna have to resist things like this forever? Because I could not still imagine what being Theo of today is like when training is something an overwhelming majority of the time I want to do. I would be so disappointed if I went to the gym and it's closed. I want to. And with all the foods that I'm gonna miss this. Am I really not gonna have this anymore? I'm just like, how much will you pay me to eat this food? Because I'm not touching it. I don't want to. Why? I love the food I'm eating and it makes me feel great. Why would I ever poison myself with that crap, you know? You cannot imagine being something you've never been yet. And that's the whole point. Why I started this was because I thought my life was over. I started this Uncommon Sense, the YouTube channel and all that. It's because I thought I fucking fucked up. Or there are things intrinsically wrong with me that cannot change, that keep me from following my life's purpose, the things I know I would want to do most of all in this life. Now I can't do it because of these things that are me, you know. And I failed. The panic attack started. First, I failed. I fucked up. My life is over. Not only was it not over, I never felt so fucking amazing as after overcoming those panic attacks, and all the things that literally felt impossible were just possible. And so far beyond that, I could never have imagined being this fucking guy. I love being this guy, fucking awesome. The guy I was always supposed to be. Because you see, the person in you that thinks things are not possible, that's driven by fear, that's not really you. Like, yeah, we work with our traumas and fears we have, but who we are as a person, they don't really have anything to do with. We just feel like that at a time. But it's programming in your nervous system that can change. But you cannot, just as you know, whatever thing you've never done, even if you see someone drive a car, you think you know what it works, you cannot drive. You can imagine it a little bit, but you cannot drive if you've never done it. It's the same thing with things like this that seem less practical than driving a car. When you were operating in a way now, it just seems impossible. It's so strong. I know how I react and blah, blah, blah. But the more you keep pushing yourself to doing that, just fucking doing the thing more and more and more, on whatever level you're capable of doing the thing right now, you will notice that not only is it possible, it's so much more possible than I ever thought. And I'm so fucking glad I finally did this, because this is what it was supposed to be like. There are certain people, several, first and foremost, the person inspiring me to do this video is me, because what I've done is fucking amazing. But there are more people in my life, and one person I want to mention is my cousin, my dear cousin, that's sort of like a big sister to me. Growing up, she had a stutter, like quite an intense stutter. But other than that, she was just a cool, beautiful girl, Then I think she's just cool, and I just know that, yeah, she stutters. That's something that she does. But no one ever talked about it, and that's... Then, as adults, when she finally started talking about it and talked about how difficult that had been for her, I mean, of course, it was obvious at that point. And of course, part of the problem was that we never talked about it. But I can relate to her fear personally, but because I had a stage fright, it was enhanced by, you can see my hand kind of tremble. I have a natural tremor. It's a heritable condition. My uncle has it too. It's called essential tremor, by the way. But I wanted to blame, first of all my stage fright problems on this, because I already tremble as a baseline, I did it even more when I was nervous. And I wanted to kind of blame this. I now realize, of course, that no, maybe this made it worse, but it was actually my fears of being seen and that. But I can relate so much to, like, in these situations, I really want to be a certain way, but my fucking panic that hits me and makes me like, it just blocks me from doing the thing, I understand that it's been like that for her, but just so much worse, because it's more like everyday situations, just whoever you talk to, you're like, I don't want to stutter now, because it's been a thing for her. I'm so fucking proud of her, because, she put off, as a kid, of course, she didn't know any better, but then as we do these things, because of fear, how I started with this thing, it seems impossible, or my fears, But these last few years, she's really worked on it, like technique, both the literal technique to be able to talk without stuttering, but just actually accepting herself like this and being seen, letting people see her do this and that. And she's doing so well. I'm so happy about it. And she now wants to do something similar that I do with videos and that, and maybe not professionally. We never know. For many people like me too, it started not professionally, but she put out a video yesterday when she talked about this, and I did cry when I saw it, because I understand it so much. It's so fucking brave when you have such a thing. It has to do with speaking, so it's both exposing that, but telling the story of what has happened and why I'm doing this and that. It's so fucking brave, and that's literally all you have to do. Whatever thing feels so fucking impossible, hard, difficult, scary as fucking hell, it feels like you're gonna die or something from doing it. Just doing something in that direction and doing it more and more and more, that's all you have to do, and you can absolutely do it. That's all you have to do. You can do it. Whatever the fucking thing you've been thinking about throughout this entire video, you can do it. No matter what your fear is telling you right now, that's the last point I'll say. With a thing like this, that it feels impossible, no one can say something that will just make... That's the thing, we're waiting for it. Like I do with my stage fright. I wanted to fix the stage fright before going on stage, but it's not possible. It's not possible because doing the fucking thing that feels impossible is the only way to prove to yourself that it was, in fact, possible. So, you're not going to leave this video being like, yes, I can do it. I can, in fact, do it. You're just going to have an idea, maybe trust that this fucking guy, I think it's whatever thing was so scary for him, it's the same with my thing. It doesn't feel like I can do it, but maybe I should give it a fucking go. The advice I would have given my old self, I had such stage fright, like my new self, current self, would tell the old self is, you fucking pussy, go on the stage, yeah, make a fool of yourself. Yeah, I know you're very nervous right now. I know you're not going to be able to fix it before that. Sorry, little fella. Just go do the fucking thing. You will overcome it. Okay, I could go on about this. Fired up, guys. Please let me know, what is the thing? Are you going to do it? I want you to do it. That's all I want. For people to do what they came into this world to do. Fucking do it. I coach these things, of course. We're the holistic bodybuilding coaching. We work on ourselves, not just the body. A great tool, the bodybuilding, body, mind, and soul. That's holistic bodybuilding. So you can send me a DM on Instagram or email me, and I'll get back to you with my different options. Like and comment. Like I said, tell me your story, your thing. Please subscribe for more content about fitness, fasting, losing weight, building muscle, self-improvement, stoicism, mental health, philosophy, spirituality, mindset. It is a mindset, guys. That thing that feels like you can't do, you 100% can do. Peace.